Three.
Hello, Susan. My name is Bing, and I'm from Level D IIS student, and I'm very happy to you can make some time, and I hope we will have a good time today.
Yes, my
So
pleasure.
today's topic is about overcoming fears and challenges in your life,
Okay.
and I prepare some questions to ask you and my friend where I'm making the interview.
Okay.
So I prepare some questions,
Sure.
and the first question is, I want to ask you, when you are my age, what were your fears for the future? When you the age same with me?
Well, how old are you now? I don't know. Early
24.
20s? I don't think I was afraid of anything. You know, when you are younger, you just have no fear.
Oh, you have no fear
Yeah.
to do everything?
I don't know. I can't think of
So
anything I was
you
afraid
don't
of.
worry about your career, your study?
No.
No?
I thought I was very fortunate to be able to go to school to
The
study.
next question is, what has been the biggest challenges you had to face in your life? Biggest challenge?
Probably my daughter.
Daughter, your younger daughter.
I have a daughter who is about to turn 4 years old, and when she was a little baby, she cried a lot, and it's just kind of. I always felt like I was in charge of my life, and I knew what I was doing and what I wanted to do. I had like I said, I had no fear. Before, but with her, I can't really control her. She's who she is. And that's challenging for me. She's a person, so I can't control her life. And it's very difficult to sometimes understand why she cries or why she's angry, or just dealing with her is very tiring for me. So that's the biggest challenge I've ever had. Yeah. Interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the next question is, why did you decide to be a teacher?
I like working with people. I like talking to people. I like helping people. And, I learned English as a second language myself. So I was once in your shoes learning English. And I know how hard it is for you. And to be able to help people like you, or what I was going through before. So I know exactly what you're going through. And I think it's, for me, really rewarding to help people.
So you choose
to learn. Yes.
choose to be a teacher.
Yes.
And I want to ask you next question is, how you get along with your husband?
Yeah, I get along with my husband really well. We've been married for 11 years, and we dated for 4 or 5 years before that, before we got married. So we've known each other for many, many years, and he's my partner, and he is in many ways like my best friend. He understands me really well, and I understand him very well too. And we have a child, so he's definitely a very important person in my life.
So can I ask you that your husband come from the same country?
He's from Ireland.
Ireland?
Yes, in Europe.
So do you think that it exists the problem to get along because you and your husband come from different countries?
Not necessarily. It's funny because I have met a lot of people who I don't get along with, but they're from Japan. We come from the same culture, but I don't really understand them very well. I mean, I understand their language, but we can't really understand each other sometimes, regardless of sharing the same background, same language. Whereas him, I speak English fluently. I'm able to communicate with him without any problems. And then also, it's just, I think, even though we come from different cultures, we get along, we understand each other very well. So I don't
So,
think it really matters.
Because you are good at English and speaking.
Not just that, but I think maybe we did have misunderstandings before when we met. We
Oh.
misunderstood each other because he was from a different culture. But you work it out, you discuss it, you communicate with your partner
Oh.
and you figure it out.
Oh.
You can still have a lot of problems with people who come from the same country or share the same background. You can have a ton of issues. I don't think it really matters where you come from as
Yeah.
long as you have good communication with your partner.
I think maybe the good communication is the most significant.
Yeah,
Than any other aspects.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. And the next question is, as a working man, the problem you have to face first is how to balance your job and your family life.
So it is difficult to balance work and family because you only have 24 hours a day
Yeah.
and limited amount of time, and I do have to be here 8 hours or 9 hours a day. So I try to focus on just work at work. Just do I don't really do my personal business here, just finish what I have to do here at work, and then when I go home I don't really think about work. I don't take my work to home. I spend my time with my daughter and my husband.
So you just concentrate on one thing.
Yeah, one thing at a time, one day at a time.
Yeah.
And then of course on weekends I try to spend as much time as possible with my daughter and my husband. Just quality time. Yeah.
Okay. And I think very last question is, in your opinion, is it possible to be successful both in your career and in your marriage? Which one is your priority? Career or marriage?
I think you can be successful in both.
In both.
And I think I am successful in both. I feel like I do well what I do here for this program, and my marriage is going very well. We have a family, we have a daughter, we are very happy together. But it is always work in progress. You always have to work at it. So with a relationship, you can't just neglect it and think that it's gonna work out. Like I said, I always communicate with my husband, and we do have fights occasionally, we argue, but that's part of the relationship, right? But we work it out together. So yes, you can be successful. I think you just have to.
Both two sides.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good.
Yeah.
And if your husband asks you not to go to work and must be stay at home to the house, so how can you deal with this problem?
I cannot imagine my husband asking me that question. I don't think he will ever ask me to stay at home. He knows me well enough
Oh.
to. I don't think he wants me to stay at home, first of all. He's not. I wouldn't have married him if he had asked me to stay at home. So it's like I can't really. I don't know how to answer that question. Because he would never ask me that.
So your husband must not ask you to be a stay-at-home.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I don't think he would. Because he knows if I just stay at home,
Yeah.
I will go crazy. I'm not a
You
type
like
of
your
person.
Work, you like your career very
Yeah.
much.
Very much. But I wouldn't say career is more important than family or anything like that. I think both of them are equally important. I think I would say family is slightly more important than my career, because with your family, you only have one family and you can't change that. With your job, you go find a different job. You know what I mean? You can always find a different job.
Yeah.
But with a family, you can't switch around and say, I don't like this family, I'm gonna change and find, different daughter and different husband. So for me, family obviously is more important than career, but you can balance those two things well. Yeah.
Alright, these are all my questions.
Okay.
Thanks very much. I think I get many valuable experience from our conversation, and it's my pleasure today to have such a nice and conversation with you. Thank you.
Okay, well,
Thank
thank
you
you.
very
Thank you. Wonderful. Bye.